please? Can you tell me where I am? You, won't you say something? I need to get my bearings.
Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, March 19, 2020. Coronavirus outbreak. Italy becomes country with most coronavirus death. Rome announces 427 new fatalities as lockdown measures are extended in France. Italy's death toll from the coronavirus has overtaken China's as authorities in Rome announced 427 new fatalities in the past 24 hours, taking the country's total to 3,405, more than the 3,245 recorded in China, where the outbreak began late last year. As European governments struggle to contain the rapidly spreading epidemic in China for the first time, reporting no new cases, the Civil Protection Agency said on Thursday that the total numbers of infections in Italy rose to 41,035 from 35,713 in a near 15% increase. Mandatory mass lockdowns are said to be extended in both Italy and France, while Germany warned that it, too, would be forced to confine citizens in their houses if they continue to flout social distancing advice crucial to curbing the outbreak. The European Commission announced the plans to stockpile 50 million euros, 46 million pounds of ventilators, masks, and protective clothes to help EU states facing shortages of vital medical equipment. The Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte said the regulations introduced earlier this month closing all non-essential shops and allowing people to go out only for justified work or medical reasons we have to be extended beyond 3 April. Conte added that if the provisions are not respected, we will have to act again. Ministers earlier said the rules might be tightened to include a complete ban on all outdoor activities. After 47,000 people across the country were fined in 1 week for going out without good reason. Italy has reported soaring rates of cases and deaths, including a reported daily high of 475 on Wednesday, and the army spokesman confirmed on Thursday that soldiers had removed bodies from the northern town of Bergamo, where funeral services are overwhelmed. In France, which on Monday closed all shops except food stores and the pharmacy, and ordered people not go out unless to buy provisions. Travel to work if it cannot be done from home. Visit the doctor or take a brief exercise. The Interior Minister Christophe Kastner described those breathing the rules as imbeciles. The government on Thursday closes the Mediterranean and the Atlantic beach, banned cycling and asked the people to keep their walks and runs as short as possible, just a few minutes to stretch the legs, and no longer than 1 or 2 kilometers. President Emmanuel Macron said extensions of the lockdown was likely, while Genevieve Chen, the head of France's public health agents, said up to 4 weeks of confinement would be needed for the outbreak to be adequately contained, depending on how closely people conformed with the restrictions. So far, the country has seen 90,134 confirmed cases and 264 deaths. Confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Europe, Middle East, and North Africa. Iceland 313, Norway 1746, Finland 400, Sweden 1439, United Kingdom 2689, Ireland 557, Belgium 1795, Germany 40,481, Romania 277, Georgia 40, Iran 80,407, Iraq 164, Bahrain 278, Israel 551, Egypt 210, Algeria 87, Morocco 58, Spain 17,395, France 9,043, in Italy 41,035. The French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe early warned that France would have difficulty allowing travelers from Britain to enter unless the United Kingdom adopted similar restrictions soon. While its school will close from Friday, Britain has yet to bring in mandatory social distancing measures, with the people urged, but not ordered, nor avoided, no essential contact. They are nearly 228,000 confirmed cases of the coronavirus worldwide, according to the Johns Hopkins University tracker, and more than 9,300 people have died. In Germany, where non-essential shops have been shut, public gatherings cancelled, and citizens advised to stay at home as much as possible. Authorities were considering imposing mandatory lockdowns after the Chancellor Angela Merkel called the epidemic the country's biggest challenge since the Second World War. Coronavirus updates. Confirmed cases 236,384. Death 9,790. Recovered 84,960. Concerns are mounting in Berlin, Bavaria, and elsewhere that people are continuing to socialize outside. If people do not voluntarily follow restrictions, the only measure that remains is statewide confinement in order to react to that. Everybody needs to realize that. The Bavarian state premier Markus Söder said on Thursday. The mayor of Berlin, Michael Miller, said said he was appalled by the lack of consideration that many Berliners were showing. People do not understand. It's unacceptable that people are actually inviting each other to Corona parties. It is terrible, he said. Germany, which has reported 12,853 cases and 34 deaths, is also reading the army to help tackle the crisis should other civil servants become overwhelmed. The defense minister Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer said, "We are preparing for a worst-case scenario where a very large number of the people will become infected and we have the human resources to help," she said. In Spain, where and the mandatory lockdown has failed to stop the death to climbing to 767, including 169 new fatalities on Thursday, with 17,147 confirmed cases. Alarm is increasing at the spread of the virus in the country's care homes. The death toll in care homes in the Madrid region has exceeded 50, authorities said, while as many as 25 outbreaks have been confirmed in care homes in the Castilla-La Mancha region. They are difficult days, said Fernando Simon, the head of the country's health emergency center. These are the days where we will continue to see the number of cases rise as economies across the continent went into nosedive. The European Central Bank announced a 750 billion euros economic stimulus program lasting until the end of 2020. Extraordinary times require extraordinary action, the bank's chief, Christine Lagarde, said. In other development, Iran detected 1,047 new cases on Thursday, bringing the total to 18,407 and 149 deaths, for a total of 1,284. Russia registered its first coronavirus death, and a 79-year-old woman who was being treated in a Moscow hospital. Ireland's parliament is due to pass emergency laws on Thursday, allowing authorities to impose a lockdown by decree. The Sacred Coeur Basilica overlooking Paris was closed for the first time since it was built in 1914. New Zealand and Australia closed their borders to all non-residents and non-citizens from midnight on Thursday and 9 p.m. on Friday, respectively. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan confined the residents to their homes for 3 weeks and closed the borders with Greece and Bulgaria. The chief executive of the German airline Lufthansa said the government might need to save the industry after it grounded 90% of these planes. The death toll in Indonesia rose from 5 to 25. And Michel Barnier, and the European Union's chief Brexit negotiator, said he had tested positive for the infection. In the United States, where cases are rising by 40% a day, Stephen Hahn, the Commissioner of Food and Drugs, said that thought a vaccine could be approved within 12 months, while the Vice President Mike Pence underlined the importance of social distance to slow the epidemic spread. Donald Trump said help is on the way. On a major milestone came in China, where the virus originated and where authorities on Thursday reported no new cases of COVID-19 occurred inside the country of the first time, although there was a rise in important infections. If no more cases are reported in Wuhan, the center of the global outbreak, for 14 consecutive days, the city's lockdown, in place since 23 January, could be lifted, the local media said. Quarantine rules have already been slightly eased, allowing people to walk around their compounds rather than staying confined to living quarters.
Roadblocks are set to become the norm after Italy followed China's example by locking down around 16 million people in an effort to stop the spread of the new coronavirus. The number of infections has soared along with its death toll over the weekend, prompting Italy's government to bring in emergency measures. People are not now supposed to enter or leave Lombardy, where Milan is the main city. The same restrictions apply to 14 provinces. Schools, gyms and other venues are also being closed across the whole country. The World Health Organization chief praised Italy for making genuine sacrifices with the restrictions, but there's been a mixed response from locals.
Let's say in general that our politicians' behaviour is chaotic. Instead of reassuring citizens, they are creating more panic.
We think it's necessary. Then we'll see what happens. There's nothing else to be done.
In France, President Emmanuel Macron held an emergency security meeting to plot an antivirus strategy. The government's announced it's banning events of more than 1,000 people. Other European leaders, such as Austria's Chancellor, are appearing on television to reassure the public, but also to warn that they too may be forced to adopt containment measures like Italy. Meanwhile, across Iran, which is one of the worst hotspots outside China for the virus, people along with governmental organizations help sanitize and disinfect public roads, streets and other places. Cruise ships continue to be a problem. Another one is in quarantine, this time on the Nile in Egypt, with 45 confirmed virus cases. On Sunday, hundreds of people gathered outside Egypt's Ministry of Health in Cairo to undergo examination tests for the virus. One piece of positive news, in China, the authorities reported its lowest number of new infections in a single day since January, an indication that the virus's spread there is slowing. Evelyn Laverick, Euronews.
I think since the Black Plague or Spanish flu, this is the worst pandemic in the world. It's terrible to see, to watch the news on internet, on TV. It's very, the world is locked down. It's for me as something strange, scared. I saw these moves, the terror moves on the fictions. It right now is reality. It's amazing. Amazing. No, sorry. It's scary. It's scary. Here in Mexico, the number of cases is 100. Yesterday, the first death is confirmed. I think this pandemic will last for 3 months. So 3 months, 4 months. I hate this down virus. I hope here in Mexico the number of cases don't rise. I hope. This is very, very important to wash the hands, wash the hands, wash the hands. It's a unique way to avoid this spreading, this virus. No, don't keep the distance of the another people. Is the social distance is very important. Don't contact. Don't wash the hands. Don't contact with other people because there's the contact social or social contact. And I don't know because it's for me and I think it is everybody. It's the first time we are seeing this happiness, this pandemic. No, I think that the last pandemic, which was the Spanish flu, the last century. No, it is the Spanish flu have died so 1 or 200 million people in the world. No, it's in this thing amazing, this awesome number. No, right now the coronavirus infections since the infected to more 200,000, but the number of the deaths is less than the Spanish flu. But I hope this damn pandemic will be could be over. For me today, tomorrow. But we need to do our part. Okay, wash the hands, don't contact social contact, avoid this spreading. No, it's a unique way. No, waiting for the one vaccine against this virus. I know after this virus in the future, no, could be to appear new virus, new diseases, no, because this is for the nature. No, I don't know. I think this is the our planet. No, is the nature against the human race. No, I think the unique good the good choose. No, sorry. The good thing is this coronavirus don't infect the animals, the pets, for example. No, it's a unique good thing. But I am tired. I am tired. This done virus is since the February. Or right now in March, April, May, June, July, August, I don't know. No? Please, we must to do our part. Okay, my friends? It's very important. Thank you very much for watching my new video. Subscribe on my channel is very, very important. It's my motivation. Please subscribe, share this video, comment, give a like. Keep calm, please. It's very important. Keep calm. Keep it calm and wash the hands. Okay? Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.